Lossymouth. Fantastic scenery, and what amazes me in all of these pictures is just how calm everybody looks. If that was me, red as a beetroot. Drop us in any of these sections that you can find room. Be nice about it, though. Wish of good luck is what we're after. While you're at it, find our RAFA Rides get paid, because you'll love it cycling. We're not doing it flaff per se. We're doing it to raise money for the Royal Air Forces Association. You can donate by searching on Just Giving for RAFA Rides 2021. Rachel dropped a little total update for us earlier on, and about an hour or so ago, you had managed to raise an amazing £84,866. We will be finding it a little bit later on today. Now, I said we're global. We're connecting to the Middle East in a little bit, and we'll be, forgive me, I was given elocution lessons on this. Rammstein, I believe, is where we're going, because they're not slacking on their cycle either. We'll also be heading to the team in Naples to give those a shout out too. But first, we wanted to give you a support. You'll recognise him from Britain's Got Talent, The X Factor, and other popular TV shows too. A face you may not recognise, but you recognise this voice.
Hello, Peter Dixon here, the voice of The X Factor, Britain's Got Talent, live at the Apollo, All-Star Family Fortunes, The Price is Right, Catchphrase, and a ton of other top TV teletainment shows. Just here to remind you that RAFA Rides 21 is going global and is aiming to cycle 24,901 miles. That's the equivalent of the equatorial circumference of the planet. Wow. Over 700 crazy riders have committed to do this in virtual and remote locations, with the live event happening at Waltham-on-the-Wolds in sunny Leicestershire. Remote virtual riders will soon be jumping onto their turbo trainers across the world, from New Zealand to Hawaii, the Falklands to Mali, across Europe to the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, Cyprus, Germany, Italy, Australia. It's a truly international, intercontinental event. There's even one chap riding in the USA, aiming to ride on his bike for 24 hours. And thank you from the bottom of my heart so much for your effort. There's still time to support at Just Giving RAFA Rides 21, so please support our RAFA and these committed, and many of them should be committed riders in their efforts. They are raising for a truly great cause to look after the RAF family of yesterday in their hour of need. So from me, for whatever you do, thank you so much.
To RAF, I can't do it. Why did they make me do this? Sorry, Peter Dixon. Lovely to hear from you, but we're going to get back to RAFA Rides because it's a fundraising drive. We've got 3 circuits that our cyclists are embarking on here, departing from Leicestershire. They're doing a 35, 70 and 100-mile ride. If I've got that wrong, please give me beats behind the bike shed later on. Before we do, though, we're going to pair up with one of our starting stations, RAF Waddington, for a
The station commander here at RAF Waddington in Lincolnshire, home to the RAF's I-Star Force and the Air and Space Warfare Centre. I'd like to talk to you today about an opportunity to help one of the RAF's major service charities. Since 1929, the Royal Air Forces Association, or RAFA, has provided welfare services, financial support and friendship to members of the RAF family in their time of need. Like many charities, the COVID pandemic has seriously impacted RAFA's fundraising, help and support to tens of thousands of people from over 350 branches in 90 countries worldwide. So it's perhaps now more important than ever that we find ways to help them raise as much as possible so that they can continue to provide such exceptional welfare support. In 2021, the RAFA Rides cycling event is going global, and I'm delighted that RAF Waddington has been asked to support this year by acting as its partnering station. With personnel from the ISAR Force, the Air and Space Warfare Centre, and in countries all around the world, we're perfectly placed to partner the event, but we need your help. Teams of cyclists from around the globe will be joining in over a 24-hour period from 7 p.m. on Friday the 4th of June to 7 p.m. on Saturday the 5th of June, with a live group cycling event being held around Waltham-on-the-Wolds in Lincolnshire on the Saturday. So how can you help? Well, whether you want to take on the 30, the 70 or the 100-mile live event in Waltham, to cycle around your local village, or perhaps just to put some distance in on a spinning bike, every single mile will count as we aim to collectively cycle the circumference of the globe, some 24,901 miles. Our aim is simple: to get as many people in as many different places, both at home and abroad, cycling as many miles as they can to complete that virtual journey from Waddington around the world and to raise some much needed funds in the process. So why not be part of the collective effort alongside one of the teams that have already stood up in Europe, Africa, the Middle East, the Far East, the USA, Australia and New Zealand, all of whom are connected by one aim: providing support to RAFA to help our RAF community. More details of the event are available at the link below, which is www.rafa.org/UK RAFA Rides 21. And please check out the Just Giving campaign page by searching for RAFA Rides 2021. Thanks for listening. Whether you're part of the military, wearing green or blue, or whether you're one of our civilian partners, industrial partners, whether you're over here or overseas, join in. I hope to see you connected soon at the event or online sometime in June. Thank you.
Fantastic work from our team at RAF Waddington and all the other RAF stations around the world. Earlier on, we heard from Akrotiri, who bravely took on their challenge yesterday. No, they didn't take it on yesterday. I'm so sorry. They took it on last month because, as we all know, it gets very, very hot in Cyprus. They probably stopped off at Lady L's for a nice bacon bap afterwards. So thank you very much for your contribution, RAF Akrotiri. Shout out to the Lossiemouth crew as well, and all those other stations that are taking part. Talking of stations taking part, we'll be nipping over in our world. What is nipping over? I've lost where we're going. I believe we've got somebody on the line. Would you like to tell me where in the world you're dialing? Okay, we have somebody on the line, but the joys of international television means that they're not here yet. So in true Eurovision style, in just a moment, I'm sure we'll be chatting to somebody in a nice glittery frock, probably holding a broom that's not been moved out of the window. And in this time, I should be able to scroll frantically on my iPad and tell you that we're going to Wing Commander John Kane, I believe, who's at Joint Forces Command somewhere in Europe. Who said live TV was so glamorous? It's really, really not. This is why I always do pre-record and comb my hair and such. So in a moment, we'll be meeting the Naples team. Hey, listen, while we're waiting for those to join the call, if you can hear me, why not drop us a line on our social media pages? You can search Facebook, RAF Association, where you're probably watching this live. In the comments section, give us some questions, shout-outs of good luck, and I'll be sure to read them out in just a moment. We're also streaming live on YouTube as well, and if you're enjoying the entertainment in loose form, that we're giving you today, then please, by all means, don't forget to donate. We are doing this for the good of our heart, but we're also doing it for the good of the Royal Air Force's family and communities all around the world. If you want to help benefit them, then go to justgiving.com and search for RAFA Rides 2021. That's RAFA Rides 2021. As I mentioned earlier, Rachel had an amazing reveal of our grand total. £84,866 is what you guys have been able to contribute. Have we got any news on Naples, guys? RAFA kids. On look, so midday we'll be going across pond and on top of the world. That's when you join us here on Facebook and you. It's the final countdown as our riders return from their 35, 70 and 100-mile round trip. Now, earlier on, I was mentioning just some of the sections that the Royal Air Force something again, Daniel, teeth in, called off.
We trained telephone call. The service to support those people, volunteers visited by phone, as well as keeping in contact with many more people with restrictions began last year. The phone was taken by daily connections volunteers who listened to beneficiaries and for support. One of our beneficiaries commented, "Thank you so much for contacting me today and enabling me to have a much needed conversation. My husband passed away 26 years ago. The Royal Air Force means so much to me. Thank you for being there." It's also reassuring for families who may be living apart from their family member. One of our beneficiaries' children commented, "Knowing that each week is very reassuring for our family. It has enabled us to feel very supported overall." The calls are a lifeline to many people in the RAF community, which is why your support in raising funds is so important. Thank you so much for all your efforts in supporting RAFA Rides. The money you raise could support these beneficiaries and many others to come. Thank you and hugely good luck.
Thank you very much, Catherine. That's part of one of our new initiatives that's launching. It's called Connections for Life. So we were really there for our current and former serving personnel throughout this whole COVID-19 pandemic saga, call it what you will. It just wasn't comfortable, but yes, as the Royal Air Force Association, we were there to support with food parcel drops. We were doing outreach calls. We were checking in on our members to make sure that they were doing okay, and if maybe they were in some sort of isolation, keep pedaling hard and supporting, keep supporting. Mr. Look, I'll see you.